Hey everybody, I am the Funky Professor and welcome to another episode of Funky Machines. On today's episode, I have built a wall of dirt. Nah, I'm just kidding. Of course, you read the title. You know there's a secret door behind this wall of dirt, and I'm going to show you how it works. So if I walk up to this and I put a redstone torch right there, bam, you're going to see that the door opens up. We can walk into our secret base, and if I press this button, you'll notice that it's not closing the door, and I did that on purpose. It's kind of a safety mechanism to make sure that we don't leave our redstone torch outside. So of course a build like this is really good for PvP servers. If there's a lot of griefers around, you want to kind of hide your base, and if you leave your redstone torch outside, it's going to be a dead giveaway something's there, and they're going to come and kind of break your stuff, so that's not good. So we're going to press this button now that we've got our redstone torch back, and it's going to close the door for us. And now we're safe and secure in our secret base. We can play that funky music, and once we're done, we can go ahead and press the button again, and it's going to open the door for us. Now there's two ways that we can close the door. We can just place our redstone torch back down, and that'll close it. Or if we want to be a little fancy, this is the way that I like to do it. As we're backing out of the base, you can hit the button and bam, kind of moonwalk out of the base there. And so that is the basic functionality of the door. Now it's made up of three main components. The first one being the door mechanism itself. So you'll see that there's a redstone torch here that's always powering the system, and it's doing that so that the door is closed, so that the pistons are extended and this is closed. Now this is made up of 6 pistons, and you can see there's a little redstone logic going on up here. And if this is our input, this block here, so if I flip this lever, you see it's going to retract, and that's what gives us this nice little pathway here. And then if I turn that back on, it's going to close. Now this is another mechanism. This works very similar to a T flip-flop, or exactly the same as a T flip-flop actually. It turns a button into a lever. So if I press this button here, you'll see that it turns off, and if I press it again, the comparator turns back on. And this is 3 droppers and a hopper, and a comparator for the output. Now the last piece is the redstone torch key bit. So if I place my redstone torch right there, it's going to power this gold block, and then just behind it we have a repeater coming out, and so that's where we get the signal from. So now that I've showed you kind of how it works and the components that it's made up of, I'm going to build it from scratch so you can follow along. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this together. You can see most of what you need in the chest here, or you can look on the side of the screen and you'll see everything that you need to build this. But we're going to go ahead and start with the doors. So we're going to place 4 sticky pistons in one direction just like that, and then 2 facing out, and then we're going to put our dirt block in, and that is going to be the beginning of our door. Now we're going to put our quartz block on top of each set of sticky pistons with a couple coming out just like that, and then we're going to go ahead and put a piece of redstone dust there, and then let's just go ahead and grab a repeater, and bam, we're going to place our repeater right there. Now coming back up, we're going to place a couple of blocks just like that so that we can get our redstone torch to be powering this line. And let's go ahead and put that repeater on 2 ticks. So just right click that repeater once. That's very important. The door won't work otherwise. And so now that we've got this design, we can go ahead and just build our secret door kind of around this here. You can see that's kind of the beginning of our wall. And then out the back, we're going to build our T flip-flop machine. I know it's not a T flip-flop. I'm sure there's a better name for that, and the internet will correct me. You guys are always good at that. But just go ahead and put your comparator coming out like this. Your dropper is going to be facing away from the comparator, and then that's going to go into a dropper facing up. That's going to go into a dropper facing back towards the comparator, and then put a hopper right on top, just like that. Perfect. So we're going to take, now we're going to hook up the redstone torch key. So we're going to take a piece of dirt, put that right there, and right there just like that, so that they're catty corner to each other, and then put a repeater right there. And oh, almost forgot, we got to put our 1 block in the dropper here, and that's what's going to actually activate the comparator. So if I go ahead and put a redstone torch there, bam, you'll see that it opened up the door. And if I place it again, it will close it. Perfect. So now we just need to wire up our button. So we're going to go ahead and go here. Now this is where the hallway is going to be. So we're going to build a few blocks back. I go 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's just get a gold block to put the button on, just like that. And let's put our button right there. Now we're going to take our regular block and just build out like that, and we're going to want to get our redstone line over to this latch. So build the take your redstone and place it coming out of the block that the button is on, that gold block there, and up into this latch, and then you'll see when I hit this button, bam, it's working the door. So now all that's left to do is blend it in. Just go ahead and kind of build your wall around it. Now normally if you're in the world, you're probably going to build this into a hill, but you're going to want to blend it a little bit anyway. If you just leave one spot like that, sometimes that can be a little inconspicuous. A lot of times hills don't generate like that, so that's why you can see, like over there, I put a few blocks coming out, kind of a strip kind of thing. Or the best example would be to take a look at our Funkbase video. The very beginning of that video shows off this kind of door, and it's in a real hillside, and you can kind of see what I mean about blending it in. But that just about does it. I hope that you enjoyed the secret door. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment below. If you liked the video, definitely like the video. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and until I see you next time, keep it funky.